I'm not a lawyer, Your Honor, and I don't presume to be. But I do know about cruel and unusual punishment, and I think it's cruel to deny a visitor the comfort and solace that a loved one can give. Cruz hasn't been convicted of any crime, and yet everybody's acting like he's guilty. Even convicted criminals get visits. I'm just asking that Cruz be allowed the privilege that other prisoners are permitted.
Miss Capwell, you're very persuasive. But this restriction was imposed by the court at the behest of District Attorney Timmons for a very specific reason. You and Mr. Castillo willfully and deliberately flouted the rules of this jail.
I understand that, but...
Mr. Timmons' motion to the court was a very reasonable response to serious violations of security. The fact is that you have shown a blatant disregard for the rules of the institution, and I see no reason that the system should reward you for that. I know that in the past you have defied authority, doing such things as chaining yourself to the courtroom doors.
I know that seems sort of stupid to you, but I firmly believe that that act saved Cruz's life. Mr. Timmons was seeking revenge, personal revenge, for a past grievance that he had with Cruz.
So how do you justify other outrageous behavior? You influenced a policeman to set up a rendezvous with a prisoner.
It was a desperate response to an unfair, arbitrary punishment imposed by Mr. Timmons. He was angry at me for what happened at the courthouse. He told me that I would not be allowed to see Cruz as long as he was in the Santa Barbara jail. Now, that to me is personal revenge. It's not justice.
I was not aware of this earlier visitation restriction. But nevertheless, the proper way to have dealt with that would have been through the court.
If I may say something, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Counselor.
Mr. Capwell and I have been remiss in this area. We have been so involved in the larger issue of defending our client that we failed to recognize the immediate suffering caused by the district attorney's abuse of his power.
He's all alone. He's facing these charges, and the only time I can see him is in the courtroom.
In light of this new information you've given me about Mr. Timmons' activities, I believe I need to investigate this matter further. In the meantime, I'm willing to reconsider the ban on visitation. Your violation was an infraction of the jail's rules, but it was not in itself a criminal act. You didn't attempt to smuggle a weapon to the prisoner, let's say, or help him escape.
No.
Well, in light of that, I am willing to consider limited visits on a restricted basis. This will be a probationary basis till I'm satisfied that you understand your obligations and responsibilities.
Well, thank you. I thank you so much. I promise you, you won't regret it.